A New Yorker told me that's interesting about my idea, and I thought they liked it. They meant it was stupid. A Californian said, we should totally get coffee, so I showed up at Starbucks. They meant never. Same country, same language, completely different codes. American coasts might as well be different countries. Buckle up. Welcome back to the Etiquette Enigma. Today, America versus America. Or as we call it, the East Coast-West Coast communication wars.
This is going to upset both coasts equally.
Perfect balance of offense. Matthew, you're British, and you've observed both coasts. What's your take?
Honestly, neither of you makes sense to me.
Fair.
But if I had to choose, the East Coast is slightly more comprehensible. At least they say what they mean.
Hey!
West Coast is all sunshine and dishonesty.
It's not dishonest. It's being nice.
Is it though?
Okay, before we start a regional war, huge shout out to our listener who requested this topic.
Yes. This suggestion came up multiple times actually, and it's such a good one. Keep the ideas coming. What should we explore next?
Preferably something less likely to divide the nation.
No promises. All right, so tell me these stories. The interesting one first.
Right. So this was when I first moved to New York for work. I'm from California originally, so I thought I understood America.
But you didn't.
Not even close. I was in a meeting, presenting an idea to my boss. He was from Brooklyn, very direct guy. I finish my pitch, and he just says, "That's interesting."
Oh no.
And I'm thinking, great, he's interested. He wants to explore this. I start elaborating, getting excited.
And he was...
Getting increasingly annoyed. Finally, he just cuts me off and says, "Laura, when I say interesting, I mean I don't think it'll work. Let's move on."
How did you feel?
Mortified. Like, why didn't he just say that from the beginning? Why use interesting if you mean bad?
Did you ask him?
Later, yeah. And he explained that in New York, he was being clear. Interesting is soft rejection. Everyone knows that.
Except you.
Except me. Because in California, if someone thinks your idea is bad, they say, "I love your creative thinking. Maybe we could also explore some other directions."
Which also means that's bad?
But it's nicer.
It's more confusing.
It's diplomatic.
It's passive-aggressive. Okay, tell me about the coffee incident.
Ugh, that one still haunts me. I'd been in LA for maybe 2 months. Met this woman at a networking event. We hit it off, talked for like 20 minutes.
Sounds good.
As we're leaving, she says, "This was so great. We should totally get coffee sometime."
And you thought?
That she meant it. She gave me her card. I followed up a week later suggesting specific times and places.
And?
Nothing. Radio silence. I texted again after 2 weeks. "Hey, still want to grab that coffee?" Generic response like, "Oh yeah, I've been so busy. Let's definitely connect soon."
But it never happened.
Never happened. And I spent weeks wondering what I'd done wrong. Did I offend her? Was I too pushy?
What did you finally figure out?
A friend finally explained that "we should get coffee" is just a friendly exit phrase. It means "nice meeting you, goodbye forever, but warmly."
That's elaborate. Why not just say nice meeting you?
Because Californians want every interaction to feel warm and positive, even if they never plan to see you again.
It's lying.
It's being gracious.
It's creating false expectations.
It's social lubrication.
You're defending the thing that confused you.
I've adapted.
You've been assimilated. So what are the actual differences? Let's break this down systematically.
I think it comes down to directness versus harmony. East Coast prioritizes clear, direct communication. West Coast prioritizes maintaining positive feelings.
Give more examples.
East Coast, "No, I can't do that." Clear, final. West Coast, I'm not sure that's the best fit for me right now. Which also means no, but softer.
And the East Coast person thinks the West Coast person might still be considering it?
Right, because they didn't hear a clear no. They heard ambiguity.
So both sides are confused by the other's communication style.
Completely.
What about email culture? I feel like that really shows the differences.
Oh, absolutely. East Coast emails are like 3 sentences. "Need the report by Friday. Thanks."
That's it.
That's it. No fluff, just information. gets the point across efficiently.
And West Coast?
Hi! Hope you're having an amazing week. Just wanted to touch base about the report. No rush at all, but if you get a chance, Friday would be wonderful. So appreciate your hard work on this. Thank you so much.
That's a lot more words for the same request.
Same information, wildly different delivery. I actually experienced this clash firsthand. Had a colleague from Boston transfer to our LA office.
What happened?
Her emails were so short, like, got it, will do. That's the entire email. And people in the office were convinced she was angry or annoyed.
Just from short emails?
Yeah. They kept asking me, is Sarah mad at me? Her emails are so curt. And I'd have to explain, no, she's just from Boston. That's normal there.
Did she adapt?
Eventually. Kind of. She started adding a thanks at the end of emails. Still short by California standards, but enough that people stopped thinking she hated them.
The minimum viable politeness.
Exactly.
What about work meetings? How do those differ?
East Coast meetings are more confrontational, in a productive way. People directly disagree, debate ideas, challenge assumptions.
And West Coast?
Much more consensus-oriented. People phrase disagreements as building on your idea or exploring alternatives. Direct opposition feels aggressive.
So the same candor that's valued in New York
Is seen as hostile in San Francisco. I had this experience with a manager from New York who moved to the Bay Area.
Tell me.
She ran meetings the way she always had, very direct, challenging people's ideas, playing devil's advocate. All normal in New York.
But not in California.
People were so uncomfortable. They thought she was attacking them personally. She thought they were being overly sensitive.
Classic miscommunication.
Completely. HR actually had to step in and explain that the West Coast culture is more collaborative and indirect. She needed to soften her approach.
How did she feel about that?
Honestly, frustrated. From her perspective, she was just being honest and trying to strengthen ideas through debate. She felt like she had to walk on eggshells.
But from the team's perspective,
She was being needlessly aggressive and creating a hostile environment. Same behavior, completely different interpretations.
did she adapt?
She did, eventually. Started prefacing disagreements with, I love where you're going with this, or building on that idea. It felt fake to her at first, but the team responded much better.
So she had to learn to code switch within the same country.
Exactly. Right. Same language, different dialect of meaning.
And what about punctuality? Are there differences there too?
Oh, yes! East Coast is pretty punctual. You say 2 p.m., you arrive at 2 p.m. Maybe 2:05 if there's traffic. Professional punctuality. West Coast? 2-ish can mean anywhere from 2 o'clock to 2:30.
30 minutes?
It's relaxed. Nobody's stressed about it.
That's just being late.
It's being flexible.
It's disrespecting other people's time.
It's understanding that life happens. See, same country, completely incompatible time philosophies.
What about social stuff, like friendships and relationships?
That's interesting because the timelines are so different.
How so?
On the East Coast, especially New York, relationships accelerate quickly. You meet someone, click, and suddenly you're close friends, making regular plans.
And West Coast?
It's more gradual. Like you'll have these great surface-level interactions with tons of people, but actually becoming close friends takes much longer.
So East Coast is small circle, deep fast. West Coast is large network, deep slow.
Right! And each coast thinks the other is doing it wrong.
What do New Yorkers think about California friendships?
Everyone's so fake. They're super nice but then never follow through. It's all surface.
And Californians think,
New Yorkers are so intense. They want to be best friends immediately. It's overwhelming.
both just operating from their own cultural playbook. Which do you prefer?
Honestly, I've adapted to California's style, but I understand the New York approach. There's something refreshing about East Coast directness.
Even when it means interesting is an insult.
Even then, at least you know where you stand.
What about small talk? How does that differ?
Oh, this is huge. East Coast small talk is functional. How are you? Fine. You? Done. It's just a greeting.
No one wants actual details.
Not really. Keep it brief, get to the point. West Coast small talk is expansive. How are you? Can turn into a 10-minute conversation about your weekend, your wellness routine, your dog's emotional journey.
Everything.
Everything! But it's genuine interest. We want to connect.
You want to talk?
Those are the same thing.
Not quite. What about giving feedback? Professional criticism?
This is where it really shows. East Coast is direct. This needs work. Here's what's wrong. Fix these 3 things.
That sounds harsh.
It's efficient. You know exactly what to improve. West Coast wraps everything in compliments. This is great. I love your approach. Maybe we could strengthen it by completely redoing these 5 sections.
So it's still criticism, just decorated?
It's constructive. You hear what's good and what needs work.
Or you focus on the compliments and miss the criticism entirely?
That can happen.
Have you seen people misunderstand feedback across coasts?
All the time. East Coasters give direct feedback to West Coasters, who then spend weeks feeling devastated because they're not used to that level of bluntness.
And the reverse?
West Coasters give compliment sandwich feedback to East Coasters, who just hear the compliments and don't realize anything needs to change.
So nobody's communicating effectively.
Not across coasts, no.
Is there a solution? Can these communication styles coexist?
I think it requires awareness and adaptation from both sides.
Right. If you're East Coast working with West Coast people, soften your approach. Add some warmth. Cushion the directness. If you're West Coast working with East Coast people, get to the point faster. They don't need all the preamble. So it's code switching based on your audience.
Exactly. Which is exhausting, honestly, but necessary if you want to work effectively across regions.
What about people who move from one coast to the other? How do they adapt?
It takes time. I'd say it took me a solid year to stop being confused after moving from California to New York, then back to California.
And now?
Now I do it automatically. I've caught myself saying we should get coffee to people I have no intention of seeing again. I've become the thing I once didn't understand.
Assimilated.
Completely. Though I still prefer when people just say what they mean.
But you won't.
I'm being culturally appropriate.
You're being Californian.
Same thing.
All right, what's the actual takeaway here?
America is not culturally monolithic. Regional differences are real and significant.
Right. If you're moving between coasts, adjust your expectations. East Coast, don't take directness personally. West Coast, don't assume vagueness means friendship. And remember that neither communication style is wrong, they're just optimized for different values. East Coast values efficiency and clarity. West Coast values harmony and positivity.
Both have merit, both have drawbacks. The key is understanding which coast you're on and adapting accordingly. And maybe confirming coffee plans 3 times if you're in California.
Yes, always confirm. Thanks for joining us on the Etiquette Enigma.
Whether you're team direct or team diplomatic, both approaches are valid. Just know that the other coast thinks you're weird.
And they're not entirely wrong. Equal opportunity insight.